All right. Hello, everybody. I hope all of you are doing well. It's been a bit, and today I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna be playing anything in particular. What I'm gonna be doing instead is I'm gonna be ranking my top 25 favorite games because simply I just, I've had this on my mind for a long time, and I feel like this would be fun to do. So without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it. And right off the bat, my favorite game of all time is Elden Ring. Like it's straight up, it's Elden Ring. This is my number one game. I have almost 800 hours in this game. I don't know why. There is something about this game that every like few months or so, I just have the urge to keep coming back to it. And recently, I'm having that urge again. So this is my favorite game. Like, I don't know what it is. It has problems. There's some things I don't like about it. Like, for example, gang fights in this game are terrible. Almost all of them are very bad. I think there's only like maybe. Oh no, I'm thinking of Night Rain even. Night Rain has a better gang fight than this. Anyways, aside from that, I think this game is amazing. Like the visuals are phenomenal. The lore is intricate and interesting. The soundtrack, especially in the DLC, man, they knocked out of the park. But you know what? All that wouldn't matter if the core gameplay wasn't fun. And considering that it's number one, I think I can confidently say it's very fun to me. I love how they approached it. Again, it's not perfect. Especially when you're doing repeat playthroughs, you're gonna get tired of the open world real fast. But honestly, I don't regret that they designed it like this. I think it was, necessary because the amount of like insane builds you can do in this game, like the sheer amount of variety is staggering. It is insane. Like especially even if you're level 1, you can probably do dozens upon dozens of builds. There's probably some I don't even know. You can just like do anything. You can get items that increase your stats, and then you can like probably pick up a big sword or something. Like I don't know. You can the sky's the limit. And I don't know. I just love that very much. Uh, Also like the bosses. The mini bosses, the optional bosses are very hit and miss. But let's be real, if you're gonna do repeat playthroughs of this game, you're probably not gonna fight them. So I'm gonna be mainly basing this off of the mandatory bosses, and most of them are fantastic. I love almost all of the Remembrance bosses. I think this is. I know a lot of people are very divisive on the bosses in this game, but honestly, I think this game has the highest quality bosses in a From Software game. There is some concerning things though, like for example, Melania's waterfowl. I don't like that attack at all. Still, I love the boss, but that attack really pisses me off. And there's also Meteor's stupid Phase 2 laser attack. That's actually might be one of the worst attacks in a From Software game. The only other thing I can think of that's also that bad is Osiris's like instant charge from Dark Souls 3. Anyways, I have been talking about this game so much. Overall, this game's amazing. I love it. I will probably be making a video on this in the channel sometime soon. Now, without further ado, number two is Diablo 2. If it'll show up on the search bar. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna put Resurrected because this is the version I'm playing specifically. To be honest though, like even though I hit 100 hours in this game recently, there's still a lot I need to do. Like I still haven't beaten Hell mode with any of the characters because I just keep remaking new and new characters because it's just fun messing around with builds. But like it's fun, man. I don't know, it's such a fun game. The atmosphere is immaculate. Again, the soundtrack, the vibes, it's all killer. And the gameplay is just addicting. Like I love it's so simple. I think that's why it works for me. It's so simple, but you really have to fundamentally understand the game to make it further and further. Like normal, you'll probably be fine anyway, you know? Normal is very when you try Nightmare and Beyond, you really have to lock the hell in, and I just appreciate that. And I don't know, man, it's such a memorable game. Like I memorize all the areas. I remember most of the quests. I remember the bosses. I feel like this is a very much quality over quantity kind of game, you know? So yeah, number two, man. Number three. is okay. I'm kind of spoiling it by showing it here, but yeah, Expedition 33. Like, holy shit, this game is so much better than I thought it was gonna be. And I was already expecting it to be like at the very least a 9 out of 10. And this game is so fucking good, dude. The combat is perfect. Like, I want more turn-based games to take notes from this. And apparently, I have not played the Paper Mario games or any of the Mario RPGs. I hear their combat is not exactly like this, but it's in a similar thing where it's not just turn-based. You have to actually like time your shit well. And I don't know. That's so much more engaging to me than just use move. Hopefully, don't die next turn. Like, I think this is way more fun to me. And also, on top of the gameplay and the combat being stellar, the story was amazing. I love every single character. Most of the bosses are really fun. Like, I don't know, man. This is a good game. I want to play it again. It's such an amazing game. And I'm very, very glad I decided to give it a chance. And honestly, it 100% deserved Game of the Year. This game is phenomenal. Number four is this game, if it'll show up. Hollow Knight. I started playing this game. I think the first time I played this was like 2021, and it did not click for me at all. Like, I couldn't see the appeal. Didn't know where to go. I was just wasn't having fun, so I dropped it. And then 3 years later, my best friend, who I appreciate very much by the way, he gifted me this game for my birthday. And a couple months later, I decided, hey, I'm gonna play it. I fucking loved it this time. I don't know what happened, but something clicked with me, and I got all achievements in this game. Which I don't do this with games that often. Like, I've maybe only ever 100% in like 25 games, and I have hundreds of games on my library, free and paid. So and this game is really hard to 100% too. You have to like beat every single boss in one life for one of them. The bosses in this game are not easy. Like, they are not easy bosses by any stretch of the imagination. So that just says a lot. And also, just like, I love the bosses, but I don't think I would have clicked with them as much if I didn't enjoy the level design. And thankfully, it is just mwah. I love the level design in this game. The areas are all memorable. The soundtrack by Christopher Larkin, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. You killed it, dude. Amazing art style, amazing level design. I just like all around. This game is so good, dude. Now number five. Ooh, okay, that's gonna be tricky. I know my top. Oh, yeah, I know what's my favorite. Yeah. Come on. This damn game. This used to be number two actually, but these three games I played very recently were just so good that I can't help it. But still, Bloodborne is my fifth favorite game of all time. That's nothing to laugh at, okay? This game is. Why is Bloodborne 2 there? What the fuck? This game doesn't exist. Why is that there, anyways? But yeah, man, this Bloodborne. I think this game has my favorite art style and like atmosphere ever in a game. Like, just straight up, it isn't. I think it's number one in that regard. The only reason it's not number one, and I like Elden Ring more, is I think Elden Ring excels in the gameplay. But I, if we ever get a game that has the art style and atmosphere of Bloodborne and has the gameplay innovations of Elden Ring, I think it'll be my favorite game by a landslide because this game's vibes I have not seen replicated anywhere else nearly as well. The weapons, the trick weapon system is one of the coolest things I've ever seen a video game do. The fashion, like the armor sets in this game, oh my, I love. I don't only use the default hunter, like it's my favorite one, obviously, but I every now and then I have the urge to keep changing this armor sets because they're all so cool looking. It's hard for you to look stupid in Bloodborne if you're putting on drip. Like, you look cool, and the bosses, well, at least the base game bosses are kind of hit or miss. Like Father Gascoigne and Gehrman are awesome, and then there's shit like the One Reborn and Mikolash. Anyways, and then the DLC is just like, hey, let's just make some of the best bosses and some of the best music in video game history. And yeah, my God, especially Ludwig. Ludwig, Holy shit, I don't even need to explain. If you've played this game, I don't even need to explain myself. I'm not gonna spoil it if you want to play the game. Please just experience that for yourself. It's so peak. I love the DLC. I love the game. Number five. All right, number six is actually another ARPG, and there's gonna be a video on this. Actually, by the time this video is out, there's probably already a video on it. Grim Dawn. I'm gonna be honest with you though, I've not played this as much as Diablo 2, but I feel like very soon this could surpass it. For a few reasons. Number one, no seasonal shit. I don't like that. I don't like this in the ARPG games. Offline play is allowed. Actually, that's how it is. I love that. This game unfortunately needs an internet connection every now and then, which is stupid. I don't like that because this game is an offline mode. So if you want to do that, you have to connect to the internet at least once a month because of the stupid BattleNet shit. But yeah, it's fine. But this game, I think in terms of like the gameplay, you really feel the impact. Like when you hit someone, when you're doing like a powerful skill, you feel it. Like you feel the world shaking around you as you summon meteors to just crash into the enemies. And I love that. Even if you're not using anything flashy, you're just hitting people with weapons, boom. Look at that magnitude 5 earthquake with that bash across the skull. And also, it helps that this game has a very well realized world. Like, I'm not too deep into the lore, and I still don't fully know what's going on. But like, I appreciate that there was a lot of thought put into this game's setting and world, and that really means a lot to me. Also, I have not done the, I just want to say it's very impressive that this game is that high for me. I have not even played the DLCs yet. I've only done the base game and it's this high, so I can imagine it being even higher. Maybe even like he's third or second with the DLCs, but we'll see. I really hope they're on the same level of good as the base game because the base game is phenomenal. Also, just the amount of build variety, like how forgiving it is with the skill tree and respecting your stats. Like I love this. I want more ARPGs to follow suit like this. I want them to be something like this. While obviously still being their own thing. That's the most important thing. Okay, number seven. This is getting tricky now because there's so many good games. How can I decide? Oh, okay, I know. This game right here, okay? This game. I think if we're talking purely on story and the amount of emotional impact a piece of media has left me, number one. Like straight up is number one in that regard. But also, this is a game, and unfortunately, the gameplay is kinda not that good. Wait, before you kill me, that doesn't mean it's bad, okay? It's not bad. I just if I'm playing Persona 3, it's because I want to be invested in a world with the characters. The characters are so well written, they're so well realized. This game has such a deliciously dark and depressing tone, but it's not like in an edgy and like, forced way. Like it's so genuine and there's still so much hope and optimism hidden within it. And I don't know, it's so beautifully done. The gameplay, okay, at least in Reload, the gameplay is significantly better. But if I want to play Persona 3, I'm focusing on the story, and my god, the story in this game is amazing. I think I love Persona 3, Persona 4, and 5. This game has the best story of the modern trilogy, in my opinion. Also, speaking of which, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Also, speaking of the emotional impact thing, yeah, that ending, man. Again, I'm not gonna spoil it, even though this game's like 20 years old. I don't really get that like like emotional or sad when I'm watching media or I'm consuming media. This game's ending made me cry like a baby for 2 hours straight. Like this fucked me up so much. But it wasn't like in a like oh I'll never be able to handle this again or I hate this. No, this was perfect. The most perfect ending I've ever seen to anything. It's such a amazing ending. And my God, it's just like I want to play the game again. I've actually okay. I'm gonna be real with you. I've beaten this game multiple times. I've just never beaten Reload. I want to beat Reload. I really want to eventually get to beating Reload because the gameplay is better, and I've made it I think like halfway. So I don't know. Maybe this is probably a weird placement, but like I like Persona 3 a lot. I think that's what I'm trying to get across here. Persona 3 is amazing. So it deserves to be seventh. All right, number eight. Number eight, sorry. Eight is probably. This is getting really tough now, man. I have to figure out 17 more games that I like. Okay. Think for number eight is probably this. Yeah, man. Like, this is one of my most played games of all time, and like, I don't know, man. It's so addicting. It's just such an addicting game. Like, it's a lot of the time it feels it's very RNG dependent, but like I don't know, like it's so easy to just do a run and then it feels so good when you have a good item, or at least you have something that helps you perfectly for a situation. But also sometimes this game just fucks you over blatantly. And you know what? It's still fun because I get to play the game more regardless of what happens, and I just love it. And especially the feeling when you're unlocking more and more things and then you start to get better. Like once I had that, momentum going, oh my god, I could not stop playing for like 2 months straight. I had like 270 hours in this game, which by the way, I have a minuscule attention span. So any game that can have me playing it for more than like let's say 50 hours, it's one of the best games I've ever played. It's probably up here. Like those games are amazing. I love these games dearly, but this is probably my favorite roguelike so far. It's really fun. I've recently gone back to it again after a while, and I want to keep continuing. And I want to unlock all the characters because a lot of them just look really fun. I've actually already unlocked all of them in a save file, but I decided, hey, I'm just gonna restart my entire thing. I don't know why I did that, but you know what? I'm gonna go back and we're gonna unlock everything again that I lost. And I'm gonna keep it this time instead of deleting it like an idiot. Because it took me 200 hours. Why did I do that? Anyways, this game is eighth. I love it dearly. It's awesome. It's an amazing game. Number nine is Doom Eternal. This game is my favorite first person shooter by a landslide. And that's saying a lot because there's a couple other first person shooters in here and they're also very good. I love them very much, but this one is so much fun. It's difficult, yeah. Like it's not insanely like bullshit hard or it's not like the hardest game ever. Look, Elden Ring is doing number one and it's much harder than this game. But this game I feel is the perfect amount of you need to focus and lock in. I rarely feel like anything was bullshit in this game, even in the DLCs. It's just like the gunplay feels perfect. I love how it feels like an improvement over, well, not improvement, but like an enhancement to 2016, and it's more fast paced. Cause like man, some of these action scenes are hectic as hell, and you need to like master the movement. You need to like master choosing which weapons to use for the enemies, or you can do quick swapping, which I haven't done yet, but I want to practice how to doing that because it looks really fun to do. So I don't know, man. This game's awesome, and it goes without saying, the soundtrack by Mick Gordon, like he killed it here. It fits with the game so well. I'm so pissed about how he was treated during this game's development. He deserves so much better than this. I hope he's doing better now. But yeah, this game gets ninth. Amazing game. All right, number 10 is probably. I actually don't know. This is not easy to do, man. You have to think like the top five was not that hard to come up with. This is now like, oh, well, what are my other favorites? Number nine is probably okay. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. They're both tied for me. Okay, Slay the Spire 2. But for now, I'll say I like this more only because I have played this game more. I have 50 hours here. I only have like four here, so. But generally, from what I've played so far, like this game is amazing. Spire 1 and 2 are amazing games. I really didn't think I would like card games that much because, like I don't know, to me, like they look boring, but I saw this game was like $3. So I was like, okay, I might as well try it. It's a roguelike, and I like roguelikes. This game is so fun. It's so fun to play. It is really hard. It's like I think this is probably the hardest roguelike I've played, or at least one of the hardest, because I've rarely gotten any wins. I don't even care, man. It's just such a fun time. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but like there's just something about this game. Even if I lose badly, I just want to keep coming back because I feel like every time, like, oh, yeah, obviously don't use this move against this boss that's immune to it, or will their strength will raise greatly if you do that. And you know, you keep learning and learning and learning, and then you get better and better. Like I feel like I'm getting better. Like I'm not winning, but at least I feel like I'm getting further and further, and that just feels cathartic, and I love that. Also helps that, you know, the game it's visually simple, but I feel like it's pleasing enough. Like I love the fantasy setting. Look, I mean, look at what my top two games are. Like they're fantasy games. Like, can you blame me? So obviously this is 9 and 10 Slay Spire 2. The fact that this game added animations and they added even more depth and, like, you know, even more characters, like, woof. I need to play this more, but like if the more I play this, if I feel like if it's gonna be like this, it might even surpass it. But for now, I'm gonna give it to this. Both of these games are awesome. I love them. Also, props to them being deck verified. Also, same with Diablo 2. Props being deck verified. Player, Elden Ring, Hollow Knight, Binding of Isaac. All these games, props that they're verified, deck verified. I can't talk. All right, number 12. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with Dark Souls 3, to be honest. Oh yeah, also I'm allowing myself to pick as many games from a from a developer as possible because, like, to me the most important thing is the game fun enough to be here? Yes, I'll put it here. I'm not gonna limit myself because there's 25 games, you know? How am I gonna think of 25 unique games? That's gonna be tough as hell. But yeah, I think Dark Souls 3 is my favorite of the Dark Souls games. And that's saying a lot because I have 200 hours in each of them. They're all very fun in their own way. And if you're familiar with the trilogy, you know the bosses are the highlights of this game. And generally in these games, the FromSoft games, my favorite thing about them is the bosses. So, you know, it's a match made in heaven. This game, even the levels aren't that bad. Like, a lot of people don't like the levels. I think for me, my only complaint is some of the early levels are kind of dull and weak, but I feel like once you get to Pontiff, oh man, the game's levels become very fun. The bosses go from pretty good to like straight up just S, like a bunch of S tier bosses. Pontiff is S tier, Dancer is arguably S tier. Dragon Slayer, maybe he's not S tier, but he's very high up there. What the Lothric and then his brother, my god, Soul of Cinder, Nameless King, and then don't even get me started on the DLC. The first DLC is kind of but Free Day and then the bosses in the Ringed City, like, this game is packed with phenomenal boss fights. Why is there a bundle of Dark Souls 3 and Witcher 3? I just noticed. Interesting duel, I can't lie. They're very different games. Also, spoiler alert, Witcher 3 is not going to be on here. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I have not played this game enough that I think it warrants it. I do want to really get into this game though. It seems like it'll be fun. But yeah, no, Dark Souls 3 is awesome. For some reason, this is the only Dark Souls game I have not 100%ed yet. I want to change that very badly because it's my favorite one, as you can tell. And yeah, man, I don't know, this game rules. And it's been a while so I'm down to play it again very soon. And yeah. Speaking of Witcher, number 13 is Cyberpunk. Where's the correct one? What the fuck is this this doing over here? Okay. This one. Yes. Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, let me just get this out of the way. I have not played the DLC yet. I want to do it. I both keep forgetting and I keep seeing other games that I want on my wish list that are on sale. But I want to keep my eye on it and I want to do another playthrough because I played this game at launch. And this was when the game was at its worst, and I still think it's this good, in my opinion. It I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about this game and its setting that just really hooked me at launch. Yes, there were some pretty bad bugs. Yes, there were some dumb shit, but like, I'm in a futuristic setting. The characters were very memorable and interesting. The game also just visually stunning. It is, even today, it is a visually stunning game. it's such a unique and creative world. I feel like this is such a cool world because you can probably make multiple games within this IP. Like I think that's what they're doing. They're making a new Cyberpunk from what I'm hearing. And it's I don't know, man. It's like and also the amount of build variety. I don't know if okay, I don't know if there's huge build variety, but like you can be run and gun. You can do stealth. You can be like a hacker. I think you can even like mix and match them. Like I don't know. It's so super fun. Also, the side quests, they're like I feel like this is one of those games where you have to do the side quests. Like they're super fun, and it makes me excited to do the DLC. I really hope the DLC side quests are also very good because if they are, oh boy, I am in for a treat. All right, so that's number 13, Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, number 14. All right, some people are gonna start raising their eyebrows at me here, but I am a big Sonic fan, so I don't think this is going to be a surprise if you've seen my older videos. Sonic Mania Plus is probably my favorite 2D platformer. I don't know. Does this count? I don't know. If Hollow Knight doesn't count, then this is my favorite. It's just like it's such a well-made game. The art style is perfect. I feel I think I need to paint that picture here, okay? Because the game on its own is like probably a high 8, low 9 out of 10. But this game came out at such a good time because Sonic was not seen in the best light before this game came out because in the 2010s we had Generations, which is an amazing game. I love this game. It's not going to be on this list, spoilers, but it's still a very good game. But Mania came out after a mediocre official Sonic Team game came out, which was Lost World, which a game I really don't like, and it's definitely not going to be on this list. And then after that, boom, Rise of Lyric, which is fucking awful. I hate that game, and it was like another Sonic 06 level, like catastrophe for the franchise. So for a while, people were like, "Oh, Sonic sucks again. Oh, Sonic is dead. We're never gonna come back from this again." And then this game came out, and people were at least for a few months happy again until fucking Sonic Forces came out. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate Forces as much as some people do. Yes, it's not a good game, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's just the fact that they hyped Forces up so much that it really upsets some people, and I don't blame them, man. I'm gonna be right back. I'll just drink this real quick. But yeah, before that we had Mania, and Mania brought back people's hope on the in the series so much because it's just that good. It's just a flat out good game. You know why? Because this game was largely made by Sonic fans. This was not made by Sonic Team. This was made by Christian Whitehead and a bunch of other fans who are very passionate about Sonic. And Christian Whitehead, before this, he made the really good mobile ports. I think Sonic CD, Sonic 1, and Sonic 2. They were very good ports of those games. I think they're the best ports of those games, to be honest. At least at the time. So getting him and the other fans to work on this was a very inspired choice. The soundtrack, I still listen to it to this day. Like they're all bops. Studiopolis, Titanic Monarch, the boss themes, Metal Sonic. Like oh my, I want to play this fucking game again. It's so good. And it's to be honest, probably a hot take. I like that this game is not that long. I feel like some people just want games to be as stupidly long as possible. I don't know. Especially for a game this fast paced. If this game was like 20 hours, I don't think it would be nearly as good as it is. It's 2 hours, and almost every single level in this game is very well designed and very fun. And because of that, every now and then I have a constant incentive to just keep replaying it. It's just that fun. I love it. And that's why this game's number 14. Sorry, that was a long one. I'm very passionate about this. All right. Number 15 is probably this is getting very difficult. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm trying to remember. Okay, let me check my Steam real quick. I think that's the only way I can make this work. Uh, Probably. Okay, I'm gonna need Steam's help on this. I'm starting to run out run out of things. Uh, Dude, this is tough. What do I do? What do I do? What should I put on number 15? The funny number. And dude, this is tough as hell. Okay, okay, I got one. I got one. I got one. I got one. This one is probably like one of the most obscure ones on the list, but it means a lot to me. Elder Scrolls, specifically Morrowind. Again, this is okay. This is gonna be a similar situation to Cyberpunk. I have not done the DLCs for this game. Apparently, one of them is but the other one is really good. But I'm ranking this purely on the base game. The base game is fantastic. Like gameplay wise, it's not particularly the most engaging thing ever. Like, these games are higher for a reason. But this game's world and setting is so insanely creative, and if especially for 2002, man. Like this game still, obviously graphically now it's kind of like it's obviously it's dated. But I don't even care. Like it's so cool. It's such a it feels so alive. I just walk by and it feels alive. I feel that's a problem with so many open world games. They just feel like, oh, here's a big world and here's all the things you need to do. Here's a checklist. Good luck. This game's not like that. You can do whatever you want when you want. You can straight up prevent yourself from beating the main storyline if you wanted to. You could probably do it without realizing. And that's so funny to me, like how much freedom this game gives you to do what you want. I wish more games had this because now it feels like a lot of games just hold your hand and it's like assume you're stupid. This game assumes this game trusts you and doesn't hold your hand. If you want to kill the guy who will help you beat the main game, you can do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Should you do it is a different story, but I just find it funny that that's the case. And also the soundtrack is stellar. Admittedly, you do hear the same stuff over and over again because it's a very short soundtrack, but I don't even care. The main theme gives me chills still. It's just like I love the leveling system here. I'm gonna be honest, I still haven't played Oblivion or Skyrim that much. Oblivion I haven't played at all, but Skyrim I played a little bit, and I do like it. I just think I need to give it more time for it to click. But as of right now, Morrowind is my favorite, and I would love to do another run of this. Maybe I'll do like a magic builder range because I was mainly focusing on melee. But yeah, man, this game rules. I love the setting. I love the story. At least from the amount that I know of it, the lore is awesome. Like this game is just great. All right, number 16 is this one. This game right here. Yeah, it's definitely probably the least well-known game on this list, but this game means a lot to me. And it's like now I'm not really like in a urge to play it, but when I am, I will play the shit out of this game, and it doesn't feel like I played for long, and then I check and it's like, oh, I played this for 2 hours. What the fuck? And it's not the most visually appealing game. It's actually kind of like, it is compared to these games. Very clear there's not a focus on that, but who cares? The gameplay is so fun. There's the amount of classes this game has, the amount of builds you can do, the amount of freedom you have is insane. You can do so many different builds, you can use so many different weapons. There's so many different like stats and stuff. It's like this game is so complex, but I feel like all of it is meaningful. I feel like there's so many games that are just complex to a comical degree that it doesn't, it just makes me not want to play it. This game is not like that at all. In fact, I actually want to keep learning because I still haven't gotten the win yet, and it's still like this high up. It's just a testament to how much I enjoy this game, and yeah, man. Speaking of which, for those of you watching who have watched my videos on this game, the Berserk video is coming soon. I promise. I'm just trying to get back into the game off screen. Just trying to get more playtime on it, and hopefully I'm able to make it to tier 2 because I still kind of suck, and also I want to try messing around with adventure mode because I don't think I'm still ready for roguelike mode. I want to like keep learning the game. I want to keep seeing if I can make it further and further and seeing what works and what doesn't. And yeah, this game is amazing. I think my only wish, I doubt this will happen, is controller support, or at least for Steam Deck. I want to be able to play this on Steam Deck. I don't know how they're gonna manage that. It's probably gonna be very hard, but if they can do that, oh my God, I'm gonna play the shit out of this game. S- I'm probably gonna have the same amount of playtime as some people on Steam, like thousands of hours on this damn game. And I can see why. I only have, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I only have like 50 hours, which is like sperm numbers compared to everyone else. But I had so much fun in those 50 hours. Imagine how much higher this will be if I have hundreds of hours in this game. This game is very good. I love it. And number 17 is going to be Sekiro. I've only beaten this game once, and I don't really have that much of an incentive to beat it again. Who cares? This game has straight up the best combat in the video game I've ever played. Like it's I think they sacrifice build variety in order to make the one build that you have the entire game to be just insanely fun. And yeah, man, it is. It's just awesome. I love parrying every single thing in the game. It's like I wish I want more action games like this to have this because dude, it's just like I feel so badass. Just like, oh, I'm gonna charge my super dangerous deadly attack. Okay, I'll just deflect it with my fuck ass katana, and you can't do anything about it. Haha. Like this, it's so cool. This game is so good. I want to play it again. I know I just said I don't have an incentive to beat it, but who cares? I want to deflect things. That's the most fun thing. Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the story of this game. It's actually, I think it's more straightforward than the other games. It's you're still gonna have to probably like watch a Vati video on it or something. But I don't. Again, for me, the main thing is the gameplay. Also, this game is visually stunning. I think this could be a given for all the FromSoft games. These games are visually stunning. I'm sure even decades from now, I'm still gonna be like, yeah, yeah, this game is the sauce. And this game's gameplay is awesome. I really hope more FromSoft games in the future have a parrying or deflect system similar to this because it's just super fun deflecting everything in my way. I feel like Sekiro is probably the most badass main character in the From Software catalog. Don't at me. That's just my opinion on this. It's number 17. Okay, number 18 is going to be this. If it'll show it. I'm kind of just spoiling it, but I love this game. This was my favorite first-person shooter for a while until Doom Eternal came out. So yeah, I'm sorry, Black Ops 2. But still, like if we're talking multiplayer, this is still like my favorite first-person shooter. Because this game is insanely balanced. I feel like this is the best Call of Duty game in terms of not having a blatantly overpowered weapon. Yes, there are some weapons that suck, like a few weapons that aren't that good, and then there's some that are better, but there's nothing that's straight up like don't use anything else in that class. There's nothing like that. I feel like every single weapon has its usage, every single weapon has their ups and downs, and that makes me want to keep coming back to it and just messing around with them. And especially recently, I've been getting really good with snipers in these types of games. So I see why now people are using the ballista because holy shit, it's so like it's these are all fun to use. The gunplay is so simple, but it's so good. I love going on plutonium and just like blasting people with a sniper. It's so funny. It's so fun. And then sometimes if you're feeling extra goofy, okay, just have a bunch of ballistic knives and shoot people with it. It's so funny seeing their reaction to be, you really killed me with this fucking weapon? Yes, yes I did, and I will happily do it again. This game has amazing maps. I think there's a couple that are but like most of them are insanely fun. The weapons are balanced, like I said. The campaign is one of the best in the series. I don't, maybe it's even the best. I don't know. Black Ops 1 is also very solid in that regard. And then Zombies, which admittedly I've not played as much as the other two game modes. From what I played, it's still like, ooh, I love it. I am on board with that. And yeah, man, Black Ops 2 just rules. It's such a good game. Okay, number 19 uh is this game. Yes. Persona 4, specifically the golden version, because this came out on Steam in 2020, and I think it was 2020. Let me check. Let me just check this to make sure I'm correct in that regard. Uh, I'm pretty sure. I know the actual game came out in 2012 in the PS Vita, but I mean on Steam. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2020. I was right. Yeah, this game is so fucking good. I remember I was so happy because I remember this was when I started getting really into Persona 5. This was before I played 3 even. And I was like, man, I really hope they put the Persona games on Steam. So when I saw this on Steam, on the Steam page, I instantly bought it because like it's Persona 4. I want to play this. I don't want to be just a Persona 4 fan anymore. I want to be a Persona 4 gamer. And I played it. Yeah, this game is awesome. I think gameplay wise, it's not that much better than 3. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not definitely not bad. This is one of those games series where I just prefer the story and the characters more. And yeah, the story also it's good. Not as good as 3. Not definitely not as good as 3, but it's still I was captivated enough the entire time, and that's good enough. But this game's strength is in the characters. This game has maybe one of the best cast of characters I've ever seen in a video game. They're all super entertaining in their own unique way. They're all funny. This game is so funny. There's so many jokes and gags in this game that just hit for me even more than 3 and 5. And 5 is funny too. 5 has some really funny moments, but this game, man. Also, the villains are top tier. At least one of the main ones. Ooh, what a good villain, man. I could see why he's one of the most beloved characters in the Persona series. I'm not gonna spoil it, but when you get there, you'll get there. And I genuinely want to play this again. Okay, I just want to say I've beaten Persona 5, I think 5 times. I've beaten Persona 3 3 times. I've only beaten this once. So I need to beat this 3 more times so it'll be accurate how many times I've beaten each of these games. And yeah, it's like also it goes without saying the soundtrack. I listen to it every now and then. Oh, it's so catchy. This game is so catchy. It's so why do I want to I just want to play this game again. What am I doing this ranking? Just play Persona 4. It's so good. I love it. These are all S tier games, man. It's so hard to decide which I like more. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll like this more than Cyberpunk. I'm going crazy. Anyways, Persona 4 Golden is amazing. I love the characters, it's the strongest aspect, but this game does very well at everything it sets out to do for the most part. And that's why it's number 19 for me. Number 20 is going to be. Ooh, I'm gonna need to check again the list. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. I know what's number 20. It is the original Dark Souls. This is a bit of a iffy one for me. Because if we're looking at the core game as a whole, like the gameplay, the lore, all that, this should be actually much higher. But like a lot of people who have played this game, it really falls off in quality after like the halfway point. It doesn't ruin it. It's still my 20th favorite game ever, and I played hundreds of games, so that's gotta mean something. Yeah, man, that the bad parts of this game are actually pretty fucking terrible. So yeah, that sucks. I don't like putting it this low. I want it to be higher, but the lava area, Bed of Chaos is one of the worst bosses I've ever fought in a video game. It is terrible, but it's okay. The highs in this game are high. I think this game has the best level design in a From Software game. Like it's just phenomenal. It's just really well done. Even in the second half, aside from that lava area, I think the Duke's Archives is good level design. I think what's it called? New Londo Ruins is also well designed. The ghost enemies are fucking annoying, but other than that, I enjoy that area. I think ironically the only part of the game where the level design is kind of like not that good is the DLC, which surprised me because again this game, the interconnectivity of the world is its biggest strength. Like I will never forget how mind blown I was when I killed the gargoyles for the first time, and then I took an elevator down, and I was back in Firelink. I was like, "What the fuck? Like that's so cool." I wish more games had this. It's so I love this. And the stuff like this to me is why the game is so high. Also, like to me, like obviously I like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring more, but I really appreciate the simplicity of this game. Like the movesets, it's very simple stuff. The game is still very difficult if you're new. Like don't get me wrong, it took me a long time to get into this game, but like once you get it, and it feels awesome. Like I still vividly remember I was stuck on Ornstein and Smo for like a couple days and I was dreading fighting them because I kept hearing about how difficult they were to fight, and I constantly saw my dad playing this game when I was a kid. I think that's what made me want to play this game. So I remember I got to them and I was like, how the hell am I supposed to beat this? And even though after a while I stopped, I didn't like quit. I wanted to keep trying after like a few more hours. I was like, I have to try again and again and again. And then eventually I won. The game clicked for me and it got me into playing these other FromSoft games as well. So this game means a lot to me in that regard because of this. I'm very appreciative. I'm very grateful that I played this game. This is an amazing experience. Like being 20th in the top 25 favorite games of all time is not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. This game is amazing. If you haven't played it, please play it. It's such a good game. All right. Anyways, number 21 is going to be this game. Yes. Okay, let me just preface this by saying I've beaten all the God of War games except for Ascension and except for Ragnarok. I have not bought Ragnarok yet. I do want to play it. But I've played all of them aside from those. I think 4 is my favorite one because it's like again, I think this is another one of those games where I like the story and characters a little more, but do not get it twisted. The gameplay is still very fun. They still somehow kept like the insanity of the past games. Like it's obviously it's very much toned down for the new type of style, the new type of tone this game has. But I don't they definitely don't remove it. It's still there, especially when a certain moment happens, and I was so sad. I was so happy. If you played the older games and you reach that moment, ooh boy, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah. Also, this game is visually stunning. Also, for the PC port, it's surprisingly really well optimized. At least from my experience, I have a laptop and it's pretty like it's not like obviously it's not as strong as like a desktop, but I was surprised it's getting like really decent frames and it looks good. So I was very happy about that. The combat feels very fun. I love I preferred kind of the gameplay of the previous games, but this is still like very much a worthy successor. I'm very much okay with this style. And it's just like again, it's this like Grim Dawn. You really feel the impact when you hit an enemy and you hear Kratos grunting or screaming. Like I don't know. I love that very much. I don't remember much of the bosses, but like some of the story bosses, holy shit, they're insane. They're like the spectacle on them, like oh my god. I need to play this game again because admittedly I have not done a lot of the optional content. But the main story is amazing. All the characters, especially Kratos and Atreus, their dynamic makes this game work so well. And like, yeah, it's just such a good game. I'm really excited to try Ragnarok. I hope it's as good as this, if not even better. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to play it. Okay, number 22 is probably. All right, this is gonna be kind of out there. I know this game is kind of like, but it's not really. I love this game. It's probably my favorite 3D platformer. It's like I don't know why. Like the camera's ass, but this is one of the first popular like 3D platforming games ever made. So can you blame them for not getting it right the first time? And who even cares when the core gameplay is so good, the levels are so fun, it's so colorful and vibrant and happy. Like I just feel happy playing this game. If I were to make one complaint about this game, like it's such a nitpicky thing, probably the flying controls are dog shit. I hate that part of the game. But honestly, it happens so infrequently that it really doesn't ruin the game for me or takes anything away from me at all because most of this game is super fun. I loved getting most of the stars. I still haven't gotten all 120, but from the amount that I did, yeah, man, like I am down to go back and play this game again. It's super fun. It's like even though the graphics are obviously very dated, again, one of the first 3D platformers ever made. It's so charming. Like it's such a charming art style to me that it doesn't really look that bad to me. You know, it's like in its own setting. I feel like it makes sense that it looks like that. It's such a fun game, and I don't know, man. Also, the soundtrack is it's used in so many YouTube videos for a reason. It's legendary. It's so good. The Mario head and the title is so iconic and charming. Like I think this game is just one of the most charming games. And that's why to me it's number 22. I love this game dearly. So we're gonna actually go to another Nintendo game. Yeah, they're finally showing up here. Number 23 is Breath of the Wild. Now this one's gonna be controversial for me because it's the only game on this list so far that I have actually not finished. I have played it a lot. Like I have maybe like 50 or 60 hours. I have never beaten this game. But who cares? The open world is phenomenal. I think before Elden Ring, this game maybe had has my favorite open world. And apparently, Elden Ring's open world is largely like a lot of it is very heavily inspired by Breath of the Wild. I could be wrong. If I am, correct me. But yeah, also I love this game's visual style. I feel like they took some of the aspects from what's the game called? Wind Waker. Obviously, it doesn't look as cartoony, but it has like, you know, a little bit of that style, and it still has like the characters look more in the shape of like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but like it has its own unique style, and I feel like it's aged very well. This game is like 10 years old now or 9 years old. Holy shit! What the fuck? And it still looks great today. I'm sure a few decades from now it'll still look great. And I don't know. Like this game's open world is so big, but I never felt like it was a slog or force. Like it's everything, every corner, there's always something cool and exciting happening. And to me, that's a good open world right there. And again, like Elden Ring, it's not like a checklist. You actually have to like you decide for yourself what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Or if you want to do everything, you can do definitely do that. Get all 900 Cs if you want. You get a pile of shit for that, but it's fine. You can do it if you want. The sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want, and I love that. All right, number 24, we're almost done. Number 24 is probably Persona 5. Let me again. This game is the lowest for me, but it's by no means a bad game. Let me preface it. Where's the Royal version? Specifically, that's the version of the game that I beat recently, and I love this version of the game more than the original. I'm gonna okay, I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. The only reason why this game isn't a little bit higher is this fucking Morgana bitch. This cat over here is such an asshole to Ryuji, who's my favorite character in this game. It's such a nitpicky and like pathetic reason probably, but like man, stop being a bitch. Other than that, oh, this game is cinema. The art style is one of the best art styles ever. The soundtrack is actually the best. I like it even more than 4 and 3. The gameplay is very fun. Why is this not higher? I feel like it mixes for like you know what. It's just dawning, and this game should be higher. I think. Do I like it more than 4? Okay, yeah. Like this game is actually number 21. Plot twist, plot twist. I changed it up. No, but this game is still amazing. It's definitely it's not it's my least favorite of the modern trilogy, but who cares? These are all 9 out of 10 games. Who cares? They're all so good. And this game, I think gameplay wise, is the most fun of these. But again, same thing as these other games. I care the most about the story and the characters. I think this game's story isn't as good as 3. I think it's a little better than 4's. But the characters, they're good. They're good. Don't get me wrong. It's just Morgana. It's just Morgana is the only one I don't like. I think overall they're not as strong as 4. I think they're better than 3's. Why is three so high? No, I know, but three story is so good. This is so confused. This is so hard. This is so confusing to do. But yeah, no, five is still an amazing game. Most of the characters are good. Most. Fuck you, Morgana. I hope I'm gonna throw you into a fire and I'm gonna bury the evidence. Anyways, I think this game has maybe the best pacing of the three. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that I've beaten this game the most out of these, so I don't really have an incentive to play it that much. Maybe I'll do one more playthrough just like 100% it, because I haven't done that yet, surprisingly. But yeah. Also, let me just preface this: the royal content was such a breath of fresh air after being the original game like 4 times. Because I was like, ah, we're doing the same thing over and over again, and then that new shit. It's not only it's new, no, it's genuinely the best part of the game. It's so good. The last palace was amazing. The main villain, the new main villain, oh my god. He's so interesting, he's so compelling. You can see where he's coming from with the way he talks, the way he tries to convince you into joining him. It's so compelling. I'm not gonna spoil it in case you haven't played it. But wow, I even I got spoiled. I knew who it was gonna be from the start. I don't care. I was still like, I like this guy. Don't change. But yeah, man. I think the only thing is some parts of this game are kind of weak. Specifically, the fifth palace. The fifth palace, the arc overall there is very weak, except for the ending where something huge happens. I'm not gonna spoil it. Once the thing happens, the game cranks up to 11 and becomes peak for the rest of it. So I think that's the only reason why, because I don't think Persona 3 and 4 have any like low points as much in the story as this. But again, I don't even care. This is still my 21st favorite game. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The gameplay is great. The story is very solid. And when it's good, it's very good. And most of the characters are awesome. So I think 21st place is a good place for this. And finally, last place. This is going to piss some people off. I don't care. I love this game. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. Yeah, again, this is my least favorite FromSoft, not my least favorite FromSoft, my least favorite Dark Souls game. As you can tell, 3 and 2 are above it. I don't, I'm sorry, 3 and 1 are above it. I don't care. It does not mean this game is bad in my book. It's definitely the weakest, but there's just something about it that keeps me playing. I have almost 200 hours in this game. The lore, I think this game has the best lore in the trilogy. That's probably a hot take, but I just find it so interesting because like these games are more like, oh, the world is dying, and then this one is even closer to that. It's still a very powerful and compelling, story and narrative. But this game is just about like a king who lost everything because he didn't want to do something with he didn't want to slay his wife who ended up being a bitch. I don't know. That's just so much more personal, and I feel like that just hits hard. Also, everything with the giants, like this game has such a like a different feel to it tone wise. It doesn't have like the weird creepy creatures as much as the other games, but I don't know. I feel like in a way that it makes this game has its own style. Also, the build variety before Elden Ring, this game was probably the most replayable game in the series with how much builds you can do. Also, the game just allows you to go in so many different directions. Like this, I'm starting to notice I like games that just don't hold your hand and allow you to do what you want. I feel like this game is the best in that regard in the Dark Souls trilogy. And the build variety, there's so many like viable builds here. I think my only issue with Elden Ring, even though it's my favorite game, is that faster weapons are generally just so much easier to use than strength weapons. And I'm saying this as someone who has wrecked this game with strength weapons multiple times, with Malekith's Black Blade, with the Guts weapons. That you can still very much plow through the game with those, but it feels like there's a bias towards the faster weapons because bosses move faster. This game, I feel like the pacing is so good with the combat that almost every single weapon in the game is viable, and I just appreciate that so much. Obviously, except for like joke weapons like the fucking broken straight sword like obviously unless if you're a challenge runner you're not gonna do that to yourself or a severe masochist. But yeah, also just like I don't know, like a lot of areas are dull. A lot of bosses straight up just fucking suck. But like, I don't. There's something about this game that just keeps making me want to play it. It's like Majula is such a nice hub world, such a comforting area after you experience the horrors of this game's world, and so many of the enemies that just gank you and kill you. Like this game trolls you, man. This game, I feel like all these other games, they don't troll you nearly as much. This game, the devs were having the biggest smirks on their faces coming up with the things that they did because yeah, man, like what the fuck is any of this? But yeah, and also just I think this game is a weird case because like the lows of this game are very low. Like probably the lowest. Like the optional DLC areas are fucking garbage. They are so bad. Like Frigid Outskirts is one of the worst areas ever in a video game. I don't know what they were thinking. I get that these are co-op areas. What are you doing? Like you can't, it's hard to see where you're going, and then you get fucked over by the reindeer enemies, and it's already hard to see where you're going, and apparently up to 70 of these reindeer enemies can spawn. What were you doing when you were making this from stuff? What is wrong with you? And then the boss that awaits you in this paid DLC is a reskin boss of another boss in the same DLC. And there's only 3 bosses in this DLC. So what are you doing? But again, that I still like the DLC. Thank God that area and boss is optional because if it wasn't, anyways, I'm going on a tangent. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know why I'm constantly drawn to this game. Like the adaptability is fucking stupid. Can I just say that? It's such a stupid stat. Like what were they thinking with that? It's so stupid. Why is this game 25th? No, it is. I know why. It's good. But that is stupid. But to me, all these things don't detract from the fact that this game is so replayable and it has some really cool ideas. This game introduced not instantly going to New Game Plus after you beat the final boss. I love that. I'm glad this is now a staple in the series. Also, power stancing. Power stancing is awesome. Also, like some of the armor sets are creative. Like this, the butterfly one poisons NPCs and or enemies. That's really funny. I love that. That's such a funny. I feel like this is fucked up in a Dark Souls way that it just works so well. I want to see more stuff like this in future FromSoft games. Power stancing, also bonfire aesthetics. This was never brought back in the future games. I don't know why. It's such a cool idea to just put a specific area in New Game Plus, and also this is also gonna be a way for you to farm items and refight bosses. This is so cool. I wish Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring, I wish all these games had this mechanic too, because it makes it more playable. I love this with a burning passion. And honestly I think even though this game has a lot of issues and it's not perfect and there's a lot of things about it that pisses me off, I think this game overall means a lot to the franchise, and I feel like especially Dark Souls 3 onwards, they took a lot of things from Dark Souls 2 that overall made those games even better. Like not going to New Game Plus after the final boss, respec especially, man. Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, I feel like it's okay because those games don't have as big of a build variety, but I'm so glad this game introduced it. And now it's a staple. I'm very happy about this. And that's why this game is number 25 for me. I love this game. I want to play it again. I'm recently thinking of going on a Souls marathon, starting with Demon Souls, which by the way, spoilers, it probably would have been like top 30, top 35 if I had any room here. But yeah, these are my top 25 games. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want, you can also share with me your top 25 games. I would love to see what you guys think. And also, if you guys have any recommendations for me on games I could play, let me know in the comments. I would love to try new things. And yeah, that'll be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Phantom out.